wanted to share a few questions with you. We're really keen to learn on the Tyagi Group's e-learning programs, which look quite exciting, and they seem to be able to really make a difference in the field of management learning. Can you tell us a little bit about
Sure.
the Tyagi Group?
Sure. Well, before I answer your question, let me take a step back and explain a little bit why our e-learning is unique compared to other e-learning programs. My partner, who has been in this business for about 8,000 years, he's a guy named Tyagi, or Sivasalam Tyagarajan. And about 15 years ago, Tyagi was challenged with how to come up with e-learning that was both innovative and creative, but also practical. Something that managers, employees, anyone going through any kind of e-learning program would be interested to take and see immediate application back on the job. And so he created this thing he called the four-door e-learning approach.
Okay.
And the four-door e-learning approach actually is a very learner-led program. Participants go through at their own pace. They actually find their own path toward the end. And they use what parts help them complete what we call the performance test. So we have 4 doors. The first door is what we call the assessment center. And this is where we put that final performance test. So participants have to complete that in order to pass the course. And this works in any context. So it's not just management or leadership. It could be conflict. It could be a workshop on trust. It could be a workshop on how to facilitate training programs, anything. The second door is the library. And the library contains all the resources, all the tools, job aids, checklists, videos, podcasts, any media that would support the participant going through and completing the assessment in the assessment center. The third door is a playground, and this contains fast-paced web games. So we felt that sometimes people don't want to read or watch a video. Sometimes they would like to learn by engaging actively playing a game. So we have all different kinds of fast-paced, short answer web games, video games basically, that people can play to reinforce what's in the library. And lastly, we have what we call the cafe. And the cafe is where participants can explore kind of the gray areas of the topic. There's no yes or no, black or white answer. So we'll often use, on the simple side, open-ended questions for participants to explore what they're thinking about a topic. Also, we'll go more complex and actually present very complex case studies and have people work their way through those. And we'll often connect what's in the cafe to the assessment center. So sometimes you'll see some merging of the different rooms in the program. We've developed several management and leadership programs on the platform, and what we're finding is managers come back to us and say, hey, I recognize the issues you're showing in the assessment center as the problems or the types of problems that I have to solve day to day in my job. And so it's an immediately recognizable and highly relevant context. Secondly, the tools you're giving us are immediately usable in solving those problems. So again, high relevance, high impact, but also what they're learning, they see an immediate application for. They're able to make the connection on a high fidelity level to their day-to-day problems. And lastly, we find that because we build in simulations and cases into the programs, a lot of times our participants get so immersed that they dream about the different characters and the scenarios we create. I think e-learning is going away. I think it's not so much going to be e-learning versus instructor-led learning versus blended learning, whatever we want to call it. I think it's going to be a combination of leveraging technology, social media, and leveraging the different types of communication tools that people have in place. For example, we're working with one company right now, and we're building the entire program on Jive. Jive is kind of a complex social media tool, kind of like an internal corporate version of Facebook or LinkedIn. And so we're leveraging the ways people engage each other digitally to build the programs. But the most important thing, and Tiagi would kill me if I didn't add this, it's not about the media, it's not about the platform, it's not about the fancy name. What's important is the instructional design. If you have an outcome that you need people to complete, if there's a practical problem they need to solve and you have to provide them with knowledge and skills, do a comprehensive, adequate, appropriate instructional design. We can leverage the technology to be able to reach all different corners of the world. And through our partnerships, we're able to now provide the content in French, English, or any language that's needed, either through translation tools or just simply through the activity itself. So we're very excited about the opportunities in Europe, and we're already seeing a lot of doors open up for us.